Welcome to the ABA Journal Legal Rebels podcast, where we talk to men and women who are remaking the legal profession, changing the way the law is practiced, and setting standards that will guide us into the future. Hi, I'm Stephanie Francis Ward, a senior writer with the ABA Journal. Today I'm speaking with John Tredennick, a former trial lawyer who spent more than 2 decades in the e-discovery industry. His company, Catalyst, was founded in 2000. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, me too. So you were the first chief technology officer at a major law firm. Can you tell me, what are the significant changes that you've seen in e-discovery over the past few decades?
Well, I think I was the first Chief Technology Officer, or CIO. It's a position I created. I actually approached the firm after going to an ABA conference, a leadership conference. And the thing I took out of the conference was one simple line: leaders step forward, they're not selected. And I came back thinking about that, and I approached the firm, and I said to our management committee, I said, this technology, this is 1993, 94. I said, this technology stuff, it's no longer just a fancier typewriter or an adding machine. I said, this can be a strategic weapon. And to capitalize on it as a strategic weapon, you need a leader, not just somebody on staff, but somebody who understands the bigger vision of the firm, where we fit in the legal landscape, and how we can harness technology to get us where we want to be. And so I said, I want to be that leader, and they made me the technology partner, CIO, if you will, and put me in charge of all the technology staff. So we really went from there, and it's changed dramatically.
Interesting. And can you tell me, what made you decide to switch from trying cases to focusing more on e-discovery?
Well, that was the key thing, and probably why I succeeded. I didn't switch. I knew at the time that in a law firm, and forgive me for this, guys, you are only going to be respected if you were part of the club, if you were a partner in trying cases. So I actually took on 3 and maybe 4 jobs. I was full-time trial lawyer and running a team. I took over the technology at the firm and ran that team. We also had a separate business going called Trial Partners, a 7-figure business doing jury consulting, graphics, videos, trial consulting, and lit support, and I kept running that as well. It got interesting when I also took a position as chair of a section of the ABA and then had 4 jobs to do. But that was the only way to get things accomplished.
And for someone who may be a young lawyer, someone who's in law school, who's interested in working in the e-discovery field, because you hear from law schools are saying that their students are interested in that, what advice would you have for them about breaking into the business?
I think you have to start by understanding that e-discovery is a part of a legal strategy. It's not just mastering some technology or a process. It's not just about, boy, when we get this, we do this, and here's how you organize the team. It's understanding that in the end, this is about trying a case. This is about going into court and telling your client's story. And everything in the legal process, whether it's jury instructions or research or motions or e-discovery, all has to be tuned toward that objective. So become a tactician more than just an operator if you really want to succeed, because there's a lot of advice to be given around e-discovery strategies. And if you position yourself as understanding the big picture, not just what features a certain product has or how to do a review, but rather to understand the big picture and the goals here, you're going to gain the respect of the trial team, and they're going to see you as an equal part of the team and not just a vendor.
Okay. And there's so much talk in the profession about technology and e-discovery. What perhaps are some of the trends in the e-discovery field that many people are missing right now?
I don't know if they're missing, But I think without question, the application of artificial intelligence to the legal field is the big thing going right now. And I said legal field intentionally because it's much broader than e-discovery. But without question, we're applying artificial intelligence techniques, such as supervised machine learning, to the e-discovery process. And we're not doing it just because that's cool or fun. This is not like a new beat the computer chess game. This is about addressing the fundamental problem with electronic discovery. That problem is that we are awash in a sea of digital content. We are drowning in it, and the cost of discovery is becoming so large that it makes it almost impossible to take a case to trial. So people are settling unfairly. They're giving up because they can't afford these costs. So that's where artificial intelligence is coming in. We're harnessing these computer brains to reduce the e-discovery burden, to reduce the cost and to reduce the time it takes. And so in e-discovery, artificial intelligence is the big thing. There are other trends to be sure, but I think that's the one that should be front and center on your radar screen.
All right. And that's everything I wanted to ask you today. Would you like to add anything else?
No, I'm honored to be on this show and to have been part of building the future. That's what grabbed me back in the late 80s and early 90s. The world was changing, and it was changing rapidly. And I was convinced that world was going to change for trial lawyers, for lawyers in general. I didn't know how it would change, but I jumped into it because I wanted to be part of that future. And I feel like I have been. I don't think I've made any big contributions. I don't know that I should be on this show. I'm more of a workaday kind of guy. But man, I got to be involved and watch that future evolve, and that's worth its weight in gold for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's been fun.
And listeners, thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Francis Ward, and you've been listening to the ABA Journal's Legal Rebels Trailblazer podcast series. If you'd like more information about today's show, please visit LegalRebels.com, LegalTalkNetwork.com, subscribe via iTunes and RSS, find both the ABA Journal and Legal Talk Network on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, or download the free apps from ABA Journal and Legal Talk Network in Google Play and iTunes. The views expressed by the participants of this program are their own and do not represent the views of, nor are they endorsed by, Legal Talk Network, its officers, directors, employees, agents, representatives, shareholders, and subsidiaries. None of the content should be considered legal advice. As always, consult a lawyer.